Welcome back to Buxton episode number 2 of the Take 2 series. Obviously, yesterday we started off our season once again with the back-to-back 1-1 draws against Peterborough Spurs and Curzon Ashton. We followed that with 1-0 defeat against Leamington Spa in a game that we should have won. We were by far the better team, did not take our chances. This was not the case in this game against Hereford, where we lost 2-0. Two goals from Ryan Lloyd, enough to seal the win for them, and they missed a penalty as well in this game. But the goal that I want to show you is possibly one of the best goals that I have seen in Football Manager ever. I believe it was the second one. I seem to remember it was. You'll see here, we didn't quite clear the ball well. Lloyd did that. Yeah, but no, we were not good enough in this game. Statistically, you can see there that we were perhaps, the better team in terms of possession and whatever, but we just didn't create enough. We then lost 2-1 to Blythe. Again, we went 1-0 ahead in Conor Kirby scoring, but Little and Nicholson pulling it back, and we just could not, create enough chances. Similar story against Telford in a 1-0 defeat there, Blissett scoring. But then we got our first win. Tasdemir and DJ Alamo both scoring. And from then you can see we've been unbeaten since. And I don't want to take all the credit for it, but the tactical change, I think, has really helped us. We drew 1-1 against Kings Lynn and Boston United. Harry Bunn scoring for us against Kings Lynn, and Zach Durnley scoring an equaliser against Boston. Before we beat Needham Market 2-0 in the FA Cup second qualifying round. DJ Alamo and Tasdemir scored, coming off the bench in this one as in a rotated team. We then beat Chester 3-1, Tasdemir, Bowden and Brinsley scoring in this one. Brinsley, sorry, not Brinsley. Don't know why I said that. Beat Kidderminster 1-0, Tasdemir once again. You can tell who our main output has been. Morgan Smith sent off for them as they were chasing the game as well. Before more FA Cup action, drawn against fellow league competition Blythe. We drew 2-2 in the first leg. We were 2-0 down at half time. Jason Gilchrist scoring both goals, sending us to a replay, which we won at home 3-1. Another two from Jason Gilchrist and Oliver Greaves, enough to put us into the full qualifying round where we play Boreham Wood, which is still his first opponent. They are currently sat in the playoffs in the league above us. So it's going to be a tough game. But before we get to that, we also played Spennymoor in the league. Sam Osborne scoring a very late winner for us there. So we're 14th in the league at the moment, 5 points off of the playoffs, 7 clear of the relegation zone. So it's very early on in the season. It is very early on in the season. But yeah, let's go and play some FA Cup action. Onward are going to be very, very tough. Like I say, they are in the division above us. So yeah, it's going to be a tough one for us. You can see with the only tactical change that we actually made, well, there was two actually. We went balance and we asked him to work the ball into the box. Apart from that, everything else stayed the same. We just sort of grew into tactic, and it has really worked out for us. Hudson has been our cup goalkeeper. He's going to continue as our cup goalkeeper. Burke, Brisley and Newton in the back four. Mohammed and Kirby in midfield roles. Hardy and Elliott on the wings. Tasdemir and Bowden up top. 7 subs, of course, on the bench for the FA Cup. I thought I changed something at the very end. I didn't. I scrolled by mistake. So, yeah, we're with the home team. So, who knows? Do you think we have the quality to perhaps nick a replay, maybe win it? Port made most of home advantage, so I'm expecting a win today. Hasn't gone down too well. Everyone else is complacent. We're not going to say anything else because I'll ruin it, quite frankly. So yes, let's get us on the way. Like I say, we are the home team in here, so hoping to use the fans to our advantage and get us through to that first round proper, where the league boys come into it, of course, and meet the board's expectations as well. Not much happening in this first half, though. Not a single shot on target so far, which we are fine with. and we are going to encourage. We have a throw in our own half. Brisley's on a booking, looks forward. Ricketts out to Evans. Kelly Evans now. Back to Evans. And Lovoo gets in behind Brisley and scores. And it is 1-0 to Bournemouth. And we'd stayed resolute till 10 minutes before half time. But Brisley misjudged his header. He's not had a good start to this game, has he? On a booking. Misjudged his header. And he's complacent as well at that. Good finish from Lovoo. And we have work to do to come from behind. Payne, Ilsmani, I think is how you pronounce it, twisting and turning. Usually does head clear this time. Maguire. Kelly Evans in space. Pulls it across and Williams scores and we're out of the FA Cup. I can't see us coming from 2-0 down against opposition in the league above us. But it's just far too easy, too much space. And God knows who's marking Williams, but there's 3 players around there. None of them pick him up, and yeah, it's 2-0. We are not playing great at all. We're going at half time, 2-0 down, and I'm going to thrash my arms, tell them to get the acts together. We're going to take off Scott Bowden and bring on DJ Milano. I sort of wish I put Gilchrist on the bench, with it being his competition this season. Brisley's also going to come off for Granite. Of course, we still want to get the 3 substitutions to make as well in the FA Cup. We're going to go attacking. We're going to demand more. In fact, let's go very attacking. And let's pump that ball forward. We've got nothing to lose at this point. And, well, things aren't quite happening for us, are they? I think we're going to swap Ander with Mohamed. And go 2 up top here. Ander's going to come off for Durnley. Who can be... We'll stick him in as his target forward there. We're just going to try and get it forward as quickly as possible. And push it even higher. Just push as high as possible. See if we can win that ball back high. All we need is that one goal. That one goal to get us back into it. Let's encourage. But with just over 10 minutes to go, we've not had a shot on target yet. I don't think it's going to happen for us. Throwing to defend. Cross comes in. Mohamed heads clear, but only to Kelly Evans, who has been very, very good on this near side. Hudson punches. Payne brings it down, and I thought he was going to score an absolute screamer again then. Yeah, not to be beaten by better opposition on the day. We've had more of the ball. We just haven't created anything with it, which is a little bit disappointing. I am going to tell them that it wasn't good enough because even though it was a team in the division above us, we should have created more. So yeah, I'm not best thrilled with how that's played out. FA Cup run is over for another year. Yeah, disappointment. Next up though is Scarborough in the league. So despite the defeat in the cup, we're going with an unchanged side minus the goalkeeper. Hudson drops back out for Richardson. So it's Richardson, Burke, Brisley, and Newton, Mohamed, Kirby, Hardy, Elliott, Tasdemir, and D. Girolamo. Sorry, it's not changed because D. Girolamo is coming for Bowden. We've really struggled to get strikers firing. I'm actually tempted to switch to the advance forward. We are going to do that for this game. It is Di Girolamo's best position. Poacher suitures more for Durnley and Bowden. So let's stick him in that. See if he thrives in it. It's a match we should be winning. Make sure we do. I really don't like that Brisley's complacent. expect you to perform. Not done nothing to him. Their manager has been talking in the build-up that we are not that good. So, yeah, a little bit of animosity between myself and Carl Laraman. So set up in a 4-4-2. Perhaps he should look closer to home and then down in 23rd place. We have to win this game. We have to win this game. I will be furious if we don't. And not just win, I want us to win comfortably. Please. Of course, we are at home as well, so... but it is Scarborough having more of the shots at the moment. We are having more of the ball. Richardson's long ball downfield. It's going to run straight through to the keeper. Nice idea. Cracknell looks back towards him. Newton clears downfield, but we get beaten in the air. Colville slips ball in behind to Moss, and that's not a penalty. Moss gets there first. He's brought down. Scarborough have a penalty. It's Coulson. He scores. We're demanding more 25 minutes into this game. Coulson sends Richardson the wrong way and gives Scarborough the lead. Keeper perhaps goes a little bit too early there. Brinsley wins the header. I don't know why I keep putting an N in his name. There isn't an N in his name. It's Brisley. Maloney looks over the top for Coulson, who's in behind once again here. Stands one up and Bramall is in, and we're 2-0 down again. And I think we're going to have to drop that defensive line. But we are 2-0 down and in big trouble. And just nobody looks round. Is that Mohammed missing the header there? It is. Misses the header. Bramall steers in behind him to score with the volley. And we're going to berate them now. We've got a free kick, a throw in to defend, and the head's clear, but only to Gouda, who hits one and hits the... Oh! Burke clears out, and we're not clear once again. Hardy brings it out, and, well... This is shambolic. Maloney with the free kick. We've gone very attacking. Solomon heads just wide as well. We are all over the shop here. We are not playing how we normally are. In fact, I'm going cautious because we're just getting completely overrun here, and I don't want to think any further. We are throwing a water bottle. We're going back to Poacher up top. He is coming off for Bowden. Newton is going to come off for Clark, and Granite is coming on for Ander because of fitness, even though Ander's been our best player. Easy, we're not. We're leaving Ander on. We're going to take off. Who do we take off? We bring Osborne on for Hardy. I think that's what we do. We're going cautious. We're still having more of the ball. We're dominating possession. We've had one shot. In fact, I think we need to take off. Work ball into the box. Let's go back positive. Let's encourage, see if we can pick some heads up. We just have not played well. The only time that I've seen us play this poorly was that Hereford game. And yeah, this is horrific. I nothing to say. We were going to lose 2-0. We were terrible. Absolutely terrible. Well, that's... yeah. Look at that, 0.1 XG from us. That isn't us. That is not us. Back-to-back 2-0 defeats. Yeah, well, what a poor episode that's been. We're going to do Arlington and Chris National at the turn of the year in the next episode. Hopefully, we don't see any more performances like that. Hopefully. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you then. Bye bye.